So I thought I'd bring my dad to the murder capital of France, and oh shit, here we are. Let's check it out. Something that's been bothering me pretty consistently in the videos that I've been making recently is how I keep coming back to this one point, which is that people seem to think that France, Americans in particular, seem to think that France and Paris are dangerous places, and they're very happy to tell you about that in the comments. And yet, that has yet to be my experience living here for the better part of a decade. And I'm curious, actually, to know what my dad thinks as we go. So far, Dad, how do you feel in Marseille?
I feel very safe.
Good start. You got it.
Bonus.
Yeah, you got your bonus for a new city. It's 2 invaders down. How do you feel so far?
Very safe.
So far, how many invaders have you got?
2.
How many people have tried to kill you so far?
0.
That he knows of. So we sat down for one beer. We met some Italians on vacation that were very nice. And then we met some guys that work at a concert venue near here that happened to be working. It's the same concert venue that Paul will be at here in February. And we just made friends that quickly. What a rough city. I think there are a number of things that actually really have bothered me since I moved to France. And one of them is that ever since I got here, 2007, 2012, and then again, I moved back in 2017, beginning of 2017. And one of the things that always really concerned me was that things would happen, bad things would happen in France, in Paris in particular, and I wouldn't know about it from I wouldn't find out from friends locally, I wouldn't find out from the news locally, I'd find out about it from Americans back in the States who saw it on the news and texted me, and it was never really a big thing, but usually it's just something that had gotten blown out of proportion, and I would find out through those text messages, people being like, hey, are you okay? Is Paris on fire? Has everything exploded? Consistently bothered me, for reasons we can get into. My dad got granola bars in the store, it looks like. Yeah, you're right, it's still above us. In the past, I would have blamed the, media, the U.S. media for this, but now it seems like social media as well. Everybody just likes to hammer home the absolute worst thing they can find at any given time, and people really love to do that for France for some reason, especially for Paris. I always liken this to pop stars. They love to build you up so they can watch you burn. I think South Park did a really good episode on Britney Spears about that. There's just this obsession with finding the thing that they can use to tear it down. And it's that negative focus that's only been exacerbated by social media, which gives a relatively safe place a really bad vibe. The reason that I called this the murder capital was because there's a Wikipedia page dedicated to the murder capitals of the world. And it's kind of fascinating for the fact that there's only one city in France listed on the entire thing. Guess how many cities in America are on that list? There are definitely considerations to make in a conversation like this because personal safety when traveling is obviously genuinely actually an important thing. And I happen to be tall, white, American, and a man, which definitely has an impact on how I see the world and how I feel safe in it. And I've also lived in some incredibly dangerous parts of the world before, so my perspective on this might be a little bit skewed. Could be a little bit different than the average person's, but at the same time, that's why I have my canary in the coal mine here. He's also tall, white, and American and male, but maybe he's spent a little less time. He's gone to some dangerous places though too. Yeah, are we bad at this? But regardless of whatever privileges we may be afforded from our nationality, height, race, age, whatever, doesn't necessarily affect the statistics too much. My dad's actually never been to Marseille, which is why I suggested we do this. We were looking at something, we wanted to go on a trip in France, and Basque Country would have been amazing as well. However, the Atlantic right now, a little bit less trustworthy as far as the weather goes, but I love Marseille. Unfortunately, it looks like the church is under some serious renovation. And some of the area around here, like, I don't know, it looks like it's a construction zone up there, and I don't think we can, well, Cooper obviously can't go up and in, but unfortunately it looks like a lot of the panoramic view is blocked off for us today, which is too bad. At least I'll get to go inside and see the boats in the church, which is really, really cool. Weather is pretty much perfect, actually. This is the first time I've ever hiked this hill not in 90+ degree weather. Definitely a tall hill. The thing is that I really love Marseille. I really enjoy coming here. This is the first time I've been here in 2 years, but before that I was coming at least once a year. Took Cooper sailing a while back, which you can see that on video back in the day. He came actually during his first canicule, so his first heat wave. I think I got up to like 109 to 115 degrees while we were here, Fahrenheit. Very hot. He did great. It was a good test to see like how well he would do in the heat. It's just one of those things where people, even the French, often speak ill of Marseille. And there's a lot of racist undertones to a lot of the reason why. Marseille is famous for being a Greek settlement originally, so it's one of the oldest cities in France. It predates Paris as far as the Romans are concerned, and is one of the main entry points for both trade and immigration. And it's that immigration note that tends to leave a lot of, a sour taste in some people's mouths. And you'll hear a lot of things said about Marseille that align with that element of it that are not cool, not good to hear. I love coming here because, I feel like it's definitely grungy. It's a real city. It's the second largest city in France. There are areas in it that are pretty, stinky, but that's also Paris and any other major city. But it's beautiful by the sea with the Calanque, which we'll go see here soon. The beaches, the sailing, the food is good. And there's been an influx of Parisians, for better or for worse, thanks to COVID. So there is a lot of really good natural wine. And so the coffee we had this morning was also really good. Apt 20, I don't know how to say the name, but I'll link to them below. Honestly, I love coming to this city. And every time I come here, especially because the real estate prices are like a fifth of Paris, I think, well, if I can't afford to buy something in Paris, maybe someday I'll buy something here. Good timing because my dad just got back.
Hey, it was really nice.
Yeah?
It was amazing looking way up into the sea lane. It was beautiful. It's really worth a while.
Do you feel safe?
I feel so.
We took turns dog sitting. The one drawback to traveling with a dog is no churches. For the dog. If you're by yourself, that is a big drawback. Get it? Yep. We found his barbecue.
The garden restaurant.
Yeah. Does that make you feel in danger of identity thefts?
Maybe a little.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Cheers. We came to a spot, there's this tap house down by the old port that I used to come to every time I came to Marseille. And I loved. And it has been inhabited by somebody else. And we walked by, like I couldn't find it. We walked by, did a lap, saw their name on the back of the building. I was like, oh, it's still here. Came in. Nope. But hey, a little bit of Corsican, that goes a long ways. There it is. I actually got sucked into a little bit of a conversation with somebody recently who responded to something I posted about how pollution in Paris has gotten so much better, and it has gotten so much better. So grateful for it. The science is in, the air pollution charts are amazing, and my experience is also that, we don't have nearly as much pollution as we used to have in the city. And he just responded like, I don't believe it. And honestly, I wasn't having a great day, and I just responded, well, it's a good thing that, facts don't care what you think because they are what they are. But that's not entirely true. Is it? And this is ultimately the underlying point of why I wanted to address directly the issue of the safety of life in France. Hopefully this wind is insane, so hopefully it's not killing the audio, which it very well may be. But ultimately, while facts are facts and the truth is the truth, our perception of reality and what we choose to believe, unfortunately, has a very direct impact, not only on how we feel, but also on our behavior. And so if you have this sense, this feeling that maybe you'll go to France, you'll go to Paris, you'll come to Marseille, and you won't be safe, well, now you're reasonably less likely to go there, because you shouldn't go to somewhere where you don't feel safe, where you are not safe. Your safety does matter. So falling prey to some bad information, some propaganda, some hype on social media, or some ridiculous news outlet does end up having a really negative effect, not only on you, but on the local economy and how we perceive the world as a whole. This wind is nuts. And so as much as I might like kind of laugh when people talk about Paris being dangerous, it's not actually that funny. It's really important to emphasize, no, actually, by comparison, especially if we're comparing to the United States, among a number of other places, it's actually very safe. If you compared it to, like, I don't know, Singapore, definitely more dangerous. And also you are allowed to chew gum here. But you know, you get it. We'll get your review again. How is that church?
Oh, it was amazing. Yeah. It's so huge. It creates a sense of awe by the size of the space and how they did that.
It's good.
It's lovely.
I realized we also haven't gotten any selfies yet. We should get a selfie in front of this maybe. You find it yet?
Oh. We're looking for Space Invaders, huh?
Yeah.
I have not seen it. Oh, there it is.
Found it. Got it. Congratulations. Does it say you cleared it? All found in Aix-en-Provence. Well done. We came to Aix today for the heck of it. We were going to come a little bit later, but ended up just on a whim coming right away because we had problems with the car. We couldn't figure out how to get my phone to connect. We figured it out now, but it meant I just followed the signs to Aix because I knew we wanted to make it here at some point. So we got coffee, which is great. There are 10 invaders here, and we've cleared them all. My dad has cleared his first city. How does it feel to clear your first city?
Woo! I'm a champion.
You are a champion. It's true. How's Aix different than Marseille so far?
It is more chill and a little more quaint because most of the streets are very narrow and obviously walkable. It's lovely. It's really nice.
The only downside is all the plains trees attacking our eyes and throats. But otherwise, yeah, it's great. How are you liking it, Cooper? You having a good time in Aix? We had to park in a giant flea market that kind of actually encapsulates the type of space that the average tourist might not feel safe. But I mean, this is one of those moments where it's like, well, I mean, living in West Africa kind of preps you for the bizarre. It looks like a decent flea market. It's just probably not for the faint of heart. But hey, if you're gonna get Space Invaders and see some really cool street art, sometimes you gotta take a little extra risk. So yes, Paris is safe to visit. Marseille is safe to visit, even if it is the murder capital of France. And the areas of these cities you're gonna end up visiting are also like really, really safe. The majority of the ones we went to were very safe. I only took my dad to a couple of pseudo-sketchy ones along the way, but otherwise, hopefully he felt safe. Yeah. The more important point is probably, let's be careful of what it is we consume, whose viewpoints, and like, where is this information coming from? When people talk about fires in the streets and riots and all these other things, what is their motivation? Where is this coming from? And maybe ask some of those questions before assuming, you know, oh, that's not some of them, probably. Wow. before that lady literally just almost walked into my drone. I do not know how she didn't see it. So yeah, pay attention. I think that's actually a really good example. Just keep your eyes up, pay attention to what you're consuming, where it is you are going. And at the end of the day, I mean, it's pretty safe. You should come for a visit for sure, and just be careful of what it is you're consuming. Thanks to today's patron producer, whoever it happens to be. I guess I'll insert that later. I couldn't look it up because I don't have data. Wow, I'm really glad she didn't walk into that.